As we view feminism in the future, we must be able to reflect and accept where we came from, where we are now, and look to where we want to be in the future. In looking throughout the history of feminism in the media, we are able to see a timeline of women being portrayed and how the development of the media has changed these portrayals. The history of feminism in the media can be reflected through famous individuals such as Marilyn Monroe and comparing it to women in the media today such as Greta Thunberg. From these examples, we can see a huge positive shift towards the representation of powerful women able to speak their voice. However, it's important to emphasize that as we see this positive step in the right direction, we as a society still have a long way to go before equality is achieved. The beginning of the portrayal of women in the media was extremely negative. Women were seen as sex objects and were only noticed and talked about based off appearance. Marilyn Monroe, who was an American actress, model, and singer during the 1950s and 60s, became one of the most well-known sex symbols portrayed in the media before dying tragically at 36 years old in 1962. As a famous female during the beginning of the media era, Monroe was one of the first noticeable females in the media that was treated in this way. Because of these famous icons, second-wave feminism became extremely prominent to acknowledge the injustice of women being portrayed negatively in the media. During this time, the media was much more focused on the individuals rather than the feminist action itself and why it is being done. During this time, feminism in general was seen as a personal issue females had to overcome, rather than a political and social justice. Famous women at the time, like Marilyn Monroe, were seen as the same. Monroe was viewed by the media as an ambitious girl seeking the economic, social, and sexual mobility that stardom affords. Despite this ridicule, Monroe's strength to use these sexual comments in her stride by promoting self-love and body positivity was a true catalyst towards the start of women equality in the media. However, it is clear to see how slow the media was towards moving into a place where women were treated with respect. When looking at feminism in today's society, it is clear that we have come a long way in achieving equality for both men and women. Women are now able to share their voice and opinions and are able to obtain powerful roles in both a personal and political space. Third wave feminism, as we see it today, looks completely different than previous feminism movements, as it has taken place almost solely online. The development of social media has allowed the opportunity for feminism movements to spread worldwide and become a viral sensation. Famous celebrities nowadays are able to voice concerns and speak out against issues like never before to a wide range of people without having to be famous already and without having to pass through legacy media publications first. Greta Thunberg is a young Swedish female who is able to use media to speak out about issues of climate change, leading her to becoming one of the most influential environmental activists of the 21st century by starting the School Strike for Climate Change movement. However, through viewing what is said about Greta and her appearance on legacy media and social media posts by politicians, it is clear to see that many people believe that feminism in the media is essentially over and is no longer an issue that needs to be looked at. However, young females still feel frightened to voice their opinions as a feminist, especially within the media circle, through fear of being targeted for being a feminist, which now possesses a negative connotation. These issues, combined with the ridicule Thunberg has received on social media of her autism diagnosis and her appearance, just shows today's society that we still have not reached a satisfying conclusion in the justice for equality, especially in the media scope. Feminism throughout time has developed in such a positive way, as it is now a global movement that allows every female to feel like they can voice their opinions and speak their truth without fear. When reflecting on first and second wave feminism and comparing it to the power of third wave feminism, it is clear that feminism is now a key focus point that is heading in the right direction. However, even as we look at feminism in the media today, especially in legacy media, we are still behind the times of women being represented for their actions and what they can do for the world, rather than what they look like. The justice for men and women is still not prominent. It is seen through the media as just an example of how far we are from achieving true equality in the name of feminism. It is time that we focus on how women are treated in the media, to no longer treat women as objects and focus on their appearance, and instead allow them to be powerful and opinionated and not feel inferior to men.